today what we are going to be learning about is employee benefits, IAS 21, and then after that what we will be looking at in this thing is TYU 6 arc. Oh sorry, it's not IAS 21, it's IAS 19. And then what we are given in the question is, so this is our normal template for doing employee benefits, as you know already. So let's write down the figures. So let's write down this before adjustment and then we'll compare it with after adjustment. Okay, so present value of obligation as at 30 June 20x3. So our date is 30 June 20x3, 3620x3, and then our starting of the year is 720x4, right? Yep. And then what's the value at the beginning is, we are not given net amount, but what we are given is present value of obligation and then fair value of planned assets. So since we know that it is the difference between these two, the net obligation, so we can figure it out. So let's do it. Present value of planned assets is 2600 and then the obligation is 2000. So our assets is greater than obligation, which normally doesn't happen, but this is a special circumstance, so it has happened. So 600 is our net obligation, or what you could say is our net plan assets. It's not obligation, it's net plan assets. And then after that, the interest will be 10% of this. So since it is our assets, so the interest will be received. So this will be 60. Since why it is in negative? Because since it is an asset, it reduces the net obligation, right? So it is in negative. And then the service component, let's look at the service cost. What we are given is current service cost is 100. So 100 is our current service cost, which will be positive, that increases our net obligation. And then contribution into the plan, which reduces the value, is 90. And then the benefits paid out is 80. But we don't write the benefits paid out because it has zero effect. Because what that actually does is it reduces the fair value of plan assets and then it also reduces the obligation too. So it will be 0. And then what figure we'll get over here is 660 and then 90. 660 and then 90 will give us 750, and then 750 minus 100 will be 650. So 650 is the figure over here. And then after that, so remeasurement component is the balancing figure, but we don't know the closing balance over here, right? So what we are given is, we are not given the net obligation, so we have to calculate that same as we did in the above. So let's look at it. Fair value of planned assets is 3100, present value of obligation is 2400. So 3100 and then 2400. So the difference is 700. So this will also be in negative, and then the difference is 50. So since this is in negative, so in order to be minus 700, we have to add minus 50. So let's look at it. So I don't want to make any mistakes. 600 plus 60 plus 90 minus 100 will give us 650, and then 650 plus 50 will give us 700. So let's now look at the asset ceiling. So what the question actually says is, ARC has identified that the asset ceiling as at 30 June 20x3, which is at the beginning, and 30 June 20x4, which is at the end, based upon the present value of future refunds from the plan assets or reduction in future contribution amounts to 200 million. So we have to adjust this figure. This figure is 200. So why 200? As we talked about asset ceiling, there is two conditions. Assets ceiling is lower of normal calculation. Normal calculation means is this thing, present value minus fair value, present value of obligation minus fair value of net assets. That is our normal calculation. And then the second is present value of future reduction in liability or future returns, you could say, or what you could say is present value of future returns on plan or a reduction in future contribution. So the benefits of using this thing is like, suppose even though the asset is 600, but it is only capable of generating 200 of benefits, or it will only reduce our obligation by 200, right? So what we did was we had to select between 600 and 200. So as per normal calculation we got 600, and then as per this calculation we got 200. So we have to select 200 because that's our asset ceiling capping with the, which has been mentioned in the standards too. And then again at the end of the year it's 200 as well. So the change adjustment should be over here. So let's look at the adjustment. Interest rate is 10%, so which is 20 since it is our assets, so minus should be minus. And then service component cost will be same, and then contribution into the plan will be 90, benefits paid out will be 0, and then the balancing figure should be 20 plus 90 will give us 310. 20 plus 90, 310, and then in order to get to this figure, the balancing remeasurement component will be so 310 minus 200 plus 310 will be 110. So what we have to do is like I made a mistake over here, so it's not 310, it's 210, because 220 plus 90 will give us 310, and then we have to deduct this figure as well, so it's 210. And then to get to this figure of 200, which is our closing net plan assets 200, we have to deduct 10 from this figure, or this is our gain. So this is our remeasurement component, which is our gain. So this is how we actually account for asset ceiling, and then it's always good to remember that asset ceiling is the lower off of normal calculation, which is the present value of future obligation, and then the fair value of plan assets difference, that's the amount, which was 600 in this case. And then the second thing is present value of future reduction or future return on assets, and then the reduction on contribution. So between those two figures, if you are comparing, the lower of is 200, right? So we can only this assets has a ceiling of only 200, so we have to adjust this figure. So we have to make that of lower of, so which is second number, which is the present value of future reduction on plan. So this is 200, and then the end figure is also 200, and then the adjustments are for the year. So SOPL will be, the interest component will go to SOPL, service component cost will go to SOPL, and then remeasurement component will go into OCI. So that's the gist of this problem. So if you have any other doubts, please do comment down below. I'll definitely answer it for you. Until next time, bye bye.